the access to career transitioners?
Oh, no, I've done that on career transitioners. But if you can stream on your side as well,
No,
if
it's not
possible.
possible.
It's not?
No, it's not.
Okay. All right, that's fine. All right, Moyo is joining shortly. Okay.
Let me give you back the host, yeah?
That's fine.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay. Good evening, ladies, gentlemen. Welcome, welcome. I can see that some of you have met, but I've not met everybody, right? So for those of you that know me very well, please indulge me whilst I introduce myself to those who don't know me. I can see a few new names. Yeah, let's get started. I kind of want to get started with a little bit about me, and then we'll get started into the formats of the session. And yeah, we'll get straight into it. So my name is Tolu Fagbala. I'm a trainer, coach. I deliver digital skills training, business analysis, agile, that kind of stuff. I also deliver some soft skills. In fact, my background was in soft skills training. So I deliver leadership, coaching, and that kind of stuff. So I got into what I do now by virtue of being a trainer, then sort of tried implementing technology into it and just kind of found that marriage. But I still like to stay true to my, my background and my calling as a career coach as well. So today is going to be, call it a group coaching session more than anything. And the purpose really is to help people who are still looking to figure out what it is they want this year to look like. I'll share some tools, tips, techniques, and I do want to hear some of what you plan on doing. You don't have to sort of be specific about the goal itself, but you can be generic about what it is you want to achieve. So that's me in a nutshell. That's me in a nutshell. So if I can just, type into the chat your name, where you're based, what country, what city you're based, and what you do. Also, what you want to get this year. If you're not clear about it, that's fine. I just want to get to know you a little bit. So your name, where you're from, what you do, and what you want to get to achieve this year. So I'm going to give you a minute to just type that into the chat as I wait for a few more people to come in. So your name, city of residence, occupation, and 2022 career goal. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. Hi, Rachel. Hi, Bandali, UK housing officer. All right, good, thank you. Rachel, where are you based and what do you do? Bayina, Lagos, shares consultant. Okay, when you say shares consultant, like stocks and shares, achieve more career growth and consulting and training. Okay, great, thank you. Rachel, London, retail store. All right, great, thank you. Franca, hi Franca, Lagos data analysts. Thank you very much. Yeah, stocks, good. To be a BA, fantastic. Bandeli. By the way, it is 2022, Bandeli. If you haven't noticed, 2 years has passed. It is 2022 right now. Great. Okay. Who else? Adeshaya and Adebayo is coming in. Olushola. Good. Still waiting. Akinyane, please tell us about you. Amira, I want to hear about you. Thank you very much. Florence, ID, Ola, do put in the chats your name, your city, what you want to get this year. Hi, Adebayo, you've just joined. So far, what I've done is I've introduced myself a little bit, and my background, and I've asked everybody to put the name into the chat, the city they're from, occupation, and the goal for this year. Thank you very much. Okay, Javita, Manchester, BA, work as a BA. All right, good. Thank you very much. Corrego is to work as a BA, Javita. About it, housing officer, change career, not sure how to go about it. Thank you. Adeshayo, Lagos, Nigeria, investment banking, become a freelancer. That's an interesting one. Thanks. Florence, Dallas, Texas. Good afternoon, Florence. How's the sun over there in Dallas? Thank you very much. Chinaye, London, Revs and Bent officer, work as a BA. Adebayo, Nigeria. What's the goal for you, Adebayo? And what's the occupation? Amira, secondary student. Your mom made you join. Okay. Who's your mom, Amira? ID, Manchester Scrum Master. Thank you. Scrum Master and Agile Coach. And what's the okay? Is the goal to be an Agile Coach, or the goal is you are a Scrum Master and Agile Coach? Good. Based in Abia State, working as an IT support. Good. Get certifications like ITIL, CompTIA, and AWS. Okay, hold that thought. We'll talk about, setting goals as well and seeing if that's, realistic and achievable. I've just let a couple more people in. If you've just joined, good evening, good evening. My name is Tolu Fagbola, and I'll be a facilitator today. I'm a career coach and trainer. I would like you to tell us who you are, your name, the city you're based in, what you do at the moment, and what your 2022 career goal is. Right, that's the assignment for now. If you've just joined, please do so. Hi, Moyo, good evening. Welcome, welcome. Name, city, occupation, and your goal. Thank you very much.
Hi, my name is Moyo Olutu. Yeah, I work with Index Assets, a developing company. And my goal is to, in this meeting, I guess. Yeah,
everybody was typing their bio in. So if you can type in more your name, city.
Oh, okay.
And your occupation.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
All right,
that's fine.
I thought you were asking me directly. Yeah, that's okay. Okay, thanks.
Adeshaya investment. Okay, I've seen that already. Adeshaya. Good. Thank you very much. Who else just came in? Who else just came in? Okay, I was asking Amira, who's your mom that made you come, Amira? I hope your mom is here as well. Okay, so a little bit of a sort of expectation setting. So the session today, she's Rachel. Hi, Rachel. And I'm guessing Rachel is here as well. Good. the expectation today is this is going to be a fluffy session, right? We're going to look at mindsets. We're going to look at some psychology. We're going to look at some tools and techniques and setting goals. I'll tell you how I set goals. And we'll look at how you can set goals for yourself. It's generic. A lot of you guys are very much in the sort of digital space, but you don't have to be. You don't have to be, and the goal certainly doesn't have to be in the digital space. If it is, great. If it isn't, that's perfectly fine as well. We'll be flexible during the session, so I'll take your feedback and talk about some of the things that you want to talk about as well. So if you have questions, do pop it in. So it's a group coaching session, workshop. It's not a training session, so it's more interactive. But because there's quite a few of us, so if you can type your questions, that will be great. So welcome. How are you guys feeling today? I hope you are feeling great. Was anybody here at the Women in Agile conference over the last few days? If you are, tell me, how did you find it? How did you find the sessions that you attended? Were you in the Women in Agile session over the last couple of days? How did you find it?
It was very impactful. I was there and I learned a lot, and I, also interacted with so many people, new faces, and it was very exciting.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay, so welcome. I want to ask you a question. And I want you to put it in the chat. Just type your answers in the chat. What motivates you? What motivates you? I want you to think about that for a minute. I want you to type your answers in the chat. What motivates you? Think about it and type your answer in the chat. You can type it directly to me, or you can let everybody see. What motivates you? What motivates you? I want you to be specific about it as well. Is it money? It's okay if it's money. There's nothing wrong with that. Is it freedom? It's okay if it's freedom. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. What does success mean? Is it family? Is it friends? Is it just being able to go anywhere? Is it travel? Is it a big house? Is it being able to tell your friends what you're doing? Is it social? What motivates you? Okay. If you type in the chat and everybody can see, I assume you want me to say it out. If you send it to me directly, I'll keep it confidential. So I can see achievements. Great. What do you mean by achievement? Success. What does success look like to you? Family. Okay. Immediate, extended. Money. How much? Job satisfaction. What does that mean? Being supportive of others. That's interesting. Success stories, testimonies, and money. Okay, I'm confused about it. Success stories. You mean people telling you success stories, or you telling people success stories? Money. Okay. Money and freedom it brings. Interesting. Measure up with peers globally. Money is a good idea too. Okay. Life accomplishments. Okay. Independence, achievements of excellence, helping someone, women who are going through tough times. Okay. Achievement. All right, good. As you think about what motivates you, ask yourself why these motivate you. Ask yourself why these motivate you. You've got to have a big why. You've got to have a reason why you're motivated by what you're motivated by. Why are you motivated? by money? Why are you motivated by achievement? Why are you motivated by being on the same level as your peers? Why are you motivated by success stories? Why are you motivated by job satisfaction? What is it that makes that a driver for you? Why are you motivated by freedom and success? Is it because the society says freedom is the ultimate goal for humanity? The satisfaction I get when knowing those achievements or results. Okay, great. Why? Ask yourself, why are you motivated by the things that you are motivated by? Now, there is no judgment on what a good goal is and what a good motivation is or isn't. It's personal to you. So whatever it is perfectly okay. Now, the one thing that I do want you to think about, though, is how much influence do external factors have on your motivation? How much is your motivation based on other people or other people's influences or society's influences? If it truly is yours, then you're on the right track, whatever the motivation is. If it is truly yours, your motivation, if your motivation is truly yours, then it's absolutely perfect for you. The question is it yours? And that's a question for you to answer. No one else can do that for you. So the first thing I want you to do is think about what motivates you. If you can do that honestly and in a way that truly talks about you and not everything else or everyone else around you, then achieving the goals that drive you will be a lot clearer, and the steps to take will be a lot clearer. So as you think about that, I want you really to think about what helps achieve goals. Okay, so I want to talk about the psychology of goals. It's really important to know that goals are targets that you set yourself, but just setting it doesn't mean you're going to get it. And I'm sure you already know that. There's got to be an alignment. There's got to be alignment of the thoughts that you have in your mind, the feeling that you have in your spirit, and the things that you do, your behaviors. It's really important to know that if you're going to set a goal, it's got to be in alignment with your behaviors, your thoughts, and your emotions. Just imagine you are saying, I want to make $1 million, right? You're thinking, I want to make $1 million. I'm just using that as an arbitrary example. I'm not saying you do want to make $1 million. I'm just saying, imagine you want to make $1 million and all you're doing is thinking about it. All you're doing is thinking about it. Anybody here seen The Secret before? Read the book or seen the movie, The Secret, right? I love The Secret, by the way. I do believe it's a great movie, but I think it emphasizes or overemphasizes one component of goal setting, or one component of the law of attraction. It overemphasizes the thoughts. Yeah, Rhonda Bryan. It overemphasizes the thoughts that require you to be able to achieve or attract what you want. It's one component of it. You've got to be thinking about it. But not only do you have to be thinking about it, you've got to be feeling or believing that it is doable. Your emotions need to be aligned. So if you're thinking, I want to make $1 million, but you're not feeling like $1 million, you ain't gonna make $1 million. It's not gonna come to you. You can be thinking it all you want, but it ain't, it's not gonna come to you if you're not feeling like $1 million. But if you're doing the things that $1 million people do, if your behaviors are aligned, you're taking the right steps, you're taking the right action, then the combination of the behaviors, the actions, the thoughts, and the emotions conspire to help you achieve that goal. So it's important to understand the psychology of goal setting before you even begin to set your goals. So whatever it is that you want to achieve, the BA job, the coach, the agile coach job, being a freelancer, transitioning into, another market or another industry, or just full stop getting a job, whatever it is that the goal is, are you doing the things that people who are achieving that goal, are you doing the things that they're doing? Are your behaviors aligned? Are you taking the right actions? Are you thinking it? Or is it just a thought that pops into your mind once in a while? Oh, it'll be nice to become a BA, right? If it was just a one-off thought, it's not going to fly. It's got to be a thought that's constant. Are you feeling like a business analyst, right? Because it's really important that you are able to ensure that there's an alignment between your behaviors, your thoughts, and your emotions. I can see a few people have just joined us as well. If you've just joined in the last couple of minutes, do pop into the chat so I know who is in the room. Do pop into the chats, your name, your occupation, and your city. So your name, where you are, city, and what you do. And of course, what you want to achieve this year and 2022 goal, your 2022 goal, all right? You can pop that into the chat for me, that'll be good. You can make it so that everybody can see, or just so that I can see. A couple of people just joined. Welcome. My name is Tolu, and I'm your facilitator today. Just tell us a little bit about you, your name, where you're based, and what you do, and your good. Thanks, Bassi. Lagos, great. HR administrator. Thank you very much. And what do you want to achieve this year in terms of your career goal? All right. So if you just joined and you missed what I said earlier, we really talked about motivation. What motivates you? And I said, it doesn't matter what motivates you, as long as it truly is your motivation and not external influences. It could be money, it could be freedom, it could be achievements or peer alignments. Being able to, somebody said, being able to be in line with their peers. It could be anything. As long as it's truly what you want, it's all good. And I said there's a psychology to goal setting. There's got to be an alignment of your behaviors, your thoughts, and your emotions. You can't just think about wanting something. You've got to take the actions needed to get that. And you've got to feel like you already have it. You've got to put yourself in the emotions. You can try. There's a psychology that suggests that your emotions dictate your behavior. If you're really feeling low, it's going to be really hard for you to sort of take action. It's going to be really hard for you to get up and move. So start with the behaviors, do the right thing, start thinking the right thoughts, and then start feeling the right emotions, and you're more likely to be able to achieve those goals. So think of that as a foundation for goal setting. So you got to be able to feel like a BA if you are looking to become a BA. If you're looking to be a millionaire, you got to be able to feel like a millionaire. How does that feel, right? That's why it's really important to really understand what your motivations are and what those goals are. And if you set those goals right, you're more likely to be able to get them. So I've been setting goals now for quite a while. I never really got started setting goals until about 2005, about 15 years ago. I never really started setting goals until very late. And the reason was because I never really knew what I wanted. So I didn't really set a goal. But the minute I decided what it was and I started setting goals, I've been very much on a mission to achieve the goals that I set. And I learned this goal setting technique from my coach many years ago. And I've been using this for a very long time now. And I can tell you it is very powerful. It is a goal setting technique that really does help align behaviors, thoughts, and emotions. It's a goal setting technique that aligns emotions, thoughts, and emotions. You guys said you've watched The Secret, right? Did somebody say they've watched The Secret? Rhonda Byrne? Yeah, it's an interesting one. I did say it does overemphasize the thought element of it, but what it does do, though, it really gets to the heart of the law of attraction, which is really one of the 14 universal laws. There are very many others, but the law of attraction seems to get a lot of attention, a lot of press over the last few years. It is really interesting for you to understand it. The law of attraction suggests that what you think about, you attract into your psyche, you attract into your life. It does require that you feel, it does require your emotions are aligned. It does require that your thoughts are aligned. It also does require that your behaviors are aligned. The law of attraction does suggest that you've got to take action. You can't just think something into existence. You've got to do something about it. So one of the people that were featured in the movie The Law of Attraction is a guy called Jack Canfield. He also wrote a book called Chicken Soup for the Soul. Has anybody read it at all? Has anybody read the Chicken Soup for the Soul? Just type in the chat, yes, no. If you heard of it. If you haven't, put it on your reading list now. It's a classic. And I think it's one of those must reads that you do want to have in your bookshelf. So Jack Canfield, he wrote Chicken Soup for the Soul. He's been featured on Oprah many times, or a couple of times at least. He suggests that you are the average of the 5 people you hang around with the most. He suggests that you're the average of the 5 people you hang around the most. It says you'd also see people who allow the world to control their outcomes and who don't take personal responsibility for what happens in their lives. You want to be able to take ownership, but you also want to be able to surround yourself with the right 5 people or the right set of people. I don't think it's got to be 5, but he suggests average. The 5 people that you hang out with the most. So the question I want to ask you right now is, who are the 5 closest people to you, and what inspires you about them, right? You don't need to put this in the chat, but what I do want you to put in the chat is, once you've thought about the 5 people that are closest to you, what inspires you about those people? What inspires you about the 5 people that are closest to you the most? I don't want this to be something that will put you in a negative state. I want it to be something that will put you in a positive state. If you struggle to find 5 people that and you can't find what inspires you about the 5 people that are closest to you, then perhaps it is time to introduce a different set of people into your life. So think about the average, the 5 people that are closest to you, that you hang out with the most, and what inspires you about them. What inspires you about them? Okay. So one of the people that's closest to me is my uncle. He's a high achiever, and he's, set up businesses, and he's been one of the mentors in my life. One of the things that inspires me about him is his ability to always stay calm under pressure, regardless of what's happening. Regardless, I've seen him go through sort of lawsuits and potential hostile takeovers and family drama like no other business, and is always constantly positive and always constantly in control. He never lets anybody control the outcomes in his life. He's always in control. That's the one thing that inspires me the most about him. So who are the 5 people closest to you, and what inspires you about them? What inspires you about them, right? So average, it could be one person out of the 5 closest people. It doesn't have to be your closest person. It doesn't have to be a spouse. It could be family member. It could be a friend, a mentor, a coach. And if you don't have a mentor, I always recommend that you do get one. It doesn't have to be somebody you see every day. It could be somebody you read upon. Okay. I want to see in the chat, what inspires you about the closest people to you? What inspires you about the closest people to you? Okay, mother, spiritual belief, kindness, good, inspires. The secret to success and kindness, fantastic. Kindness is a really powerful state to be. You've got to be in an emotional state that inspires kindness, and it always come back to you. You would always find favor if you are kind. And I think I think everybody kind of agrees that if you're kind, it'll come back to you multiple fold. So I like that. Of course, you know that getting what you want takes determination. It's not going to be a walk in the park. That's why we are having a goal setting session. Passion for success and a kindness to humankind. Yeah, good. I like that inspiration, passion for success. That's a really good one to have. If somebody is around you is passionate for success or is passionate about success, it will naturally drive you to be passionate about success. Now, if you don't have people around you that naturally do that for you, I recommend that you get a coach or a mentor. And you don't have to get a coach that you pay. You can get someone that can help hold you accountable to the goals that you set. Okay? It doesn't have to be somebody you pay, but it's got to be somebody that can hold you to account for the goals that you set. Accountability is one of the foundational principles of successful goal achievement. Being accountable to someone. That's why most successful businesses are partnerships. That's why most successful people are in partnership, either with a spouse, with a friend, with a business partner. That's why most successful people are rarely alone. Rarely would you find somebody who's uber successful and has no close confidant or someone they are accountable to. So you've got to make sure you find someone who can hold you accountable to your goals. That's the essence of being able to set and achieve goals. Because naturally, most of us, me included, are procrastinators. Most of us are procrastinators. If we don't have somebody holding us to account, we will keep pushing the deadline for the goal, right? You've all heard of SMART before. So I'm not going to talk to you about SMART goals. You've heard it all before 1,000 times. If you haven't, it stands for specific goals, specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time bound or timely. Okay, so there's got to be a time element to your goal. It's got to be very clear and specific. You've got to be able to measure to know whether you've achieved it or not. You've got to know, it's got to be achievable. It's got to be something within your realm of capability, and it's got to be realistic. It's got to be something that you can achieve realistically within the timeline that you set. So you can have an achievable goal, but it's not realistic because it's not timely, or it's not set within the right or logical timeframes. So you've all done this before. Has anybody not heard of SMART before? You've done SMART goals. If you've worked in any capacity in any organization, you would have learned SMART goals, right? So naturally, you set goals SMART. It's a given. But one of the things that when we set personal goals, one of the things that we don't have naturally is someone that can hold us to account for it. When you set goals within organizations, you've got colleagues, you've got friends, you've got bosses, you've got people who would hold you to account. But we don't have that for personal goals. So you've got to make sure you find someone that can hold you account to your goal. So you set your goal, but you've got to have a mentor or a coach that can help you stay on the path, that can help remind you that when you see their face, you remember you told them you were going to book that course, you were going to read that book, you were going to apply for that job, you were going to take that, take action that you've set yourself. Somebody that can answer your questions. Sometimes you might have doubts about what it is that you're trying to achieve. You might ask yourself, is this really achievable? And they can give you their perspective. Of course, if it's a coach that you pay or a mentor that has treaded the path, they would naturally have the right answers for you. But if it's a friend or a colleague, you've got to make sure that they're a positive person, right? Not the person that will say, don't mind them, Joe. All those people that are trying to get those BA jobs. There are no BA jobs around now. I've applied 20, 30 times and I didn't get a response. I beg, leave that one. Let's go and do crypto, right? You don't want negative pansies around you. You want a coach, you want a mentor or a coach that's got your best interest, that's positive, that's able to provide you the moral support that you need in trying times, because it's going to get hard. It's not going to be easy. You're doing something that's different, right? You're doing something that's different. It's not going to come naturally. It's not going to come easy. It's not going to come natural. So you want to make sure that the people that you have around you, your coach and mentor, is able to offer you moral support. It's got the right mindset. Remember, we talked about mindset, behaviors, action, behaviors, emotions, and thoughts. It's always important to make sure that these people have your best interest and are accessible. If you're self-motivating, and you don't have somebody that can be your coach, a mentor, or accountability partner, you can get a mentor that you can read up on. So you can say, well, Richard Branson is my mentor, and I'm going to read all the books about him and watch every video about him. That's fine too. But you've got to make sure that you are holding yourself accountable to the things that you set for yourself. I am a big fan of having a coach or a mentor that you can talk to physically. So here's what I'd like you to do. Right now, write down in your notepad, wherever you are, not in the chat, but in your notepad. I'm going to give you 3 minutes for this, right? In that 3 minutes, if you've completed the exercise, you can ask your questions and I'll be answering. In the next 3 minutes, write the names of 3 people that you know will support you in reaching your goals. Write the names of 3 people that you know will support you in reaching your goals. Names of 3 people that will support you in reaching your goals, okay? It could be a coach that you already pay. It could be one that you hope to pay. It could be a friend that you are not going to pay, but you know will support you. It could be a mentor that you hope to approach to be your mentor, It could be anyone that you believe and you know will support you in reaching your goals for this year, 2022. And I'm specific about career goals, but it can be any other goals. I'm a career coach, so I focus mainly on career, but it can be any other goals. It could be financial goals. It could be spiritual goals. It could be health goals. It could be any kind of goal that you set for yourself. So write down the names of 3 people that you know will support you in reaching your goals. And 3 minutes starts now. Whilst everybody's writing this down, if you've written yours, if you have a question for me at this point, do ask it. I'm going to pause to let you think and write down the names of 3 people you believe will be able to support you in reaching your goals. You got to think about this. You got to think about somebody you know you're going to approach, or somebody you know is already there that will ask, that will, be there for you this year. Go ahead, Bassi, type your question away. Okay, so it's 1848. By 1851, we shall continue. So 3 people that will support you in reaching your goals. Could be a coach. I recommend you include a coach in that. A mentor, friend, somebody that can be an accountability partner. Could be a spouse, but you got to have an agreement with this person. So think 3 people that will support you. Bassi, what's your question? Okay, with regards to mentorship, should I boast of being mentored by someone just by reading his or her book? When you say, oh, you mean boast? Should I boast of being mentored by someone just by reading his or her book? Good question. I don't think there is a right or wrong answer to this one. And here's my opinion about I do hear people do that quite a bit. Sometimes it might sound a little bit cringeworthy if you're in a social setting and you say, oh, by the way, my mentor is Richard Branson, Elon Musk, one of the richest people in the world. And people are looking at you like, oh, you've met Richard? You've met Elon? What's he like? And all you go is, oh yeah, I read one of his books. Yeah, kind of not the an ideal social setting. Now, if you are passionate about someone so much and you want to follow in their footsteps, that's essentially what a mentor does. They allow you follow in their footsteps and you read everything that's available on them. Personally, I'll say keep it to yourself. If you had the opportunity of meeting them, then perfect, great. You might say, by the way, you're my mentor. And they're like, oh, great, I hope I've been useful. But boasting about them being your mentor after having read one book, I don't think is a good idea, personally. But like I said, there is no right or wrong answer. Hobby, mentor, sister, good. With respect to accessibility and communication, well, so Bassi, what's your question? With respect to accessibility and communication, with regards to the person who you've read their book, if you are able to get responses from them, so you've read somebody's book and you communicate with them, absolutely, by all means, because you are getting some feedback from them. They know you, you know them. They're giving you advice by answering your questions. By all means, absolutely. But I do believe you should get somebody closer that you have close contact with regularly, and you've got the ability to book a session with or schedule a meeting with, and they will honor that meeting. And they know that they are your mentor. So when it comes to mentorship, I think it's really important that you understand the relationship between you and your mentor. Some mentors will just, love you and will do it from the goodness of their heart. For some, you're going to have to pay for their mentorship. For some, there are lots of different types of mentorship relationships, but somebody who's done what you want to do. So if you're looking to be a business analyst, you want to get somebody who is or was a business analyst. Just getting somebody who has done something similar, not quite going to cut it, right? So you need to get somebody who is a business analyst, who's done what it is you're trying to do. So you can ask questions. How did you apply for that job? Where did you apply to? How did you write your cover letter? What does your CV look like? The interview skills questions. How did you answer it? Your first day on the job, what did you do? Your second day on the job, what did you do? How did you deal with your sponsor? How did you deal with your your difficult stakeholders? Those kinds of questions you want to be able to ask from your mentor. I'm assuming that if your mentor is somebody doing something that you want to do. So if your goal is to be X, somebody who is or was X. So if your goal is to be a multi-billionaire, somebody who is or was a multi-millionaire that you can actually speak with is my recommendation. Okay. So that was more than 3 minutes. I hope you got the names of the 3 people that you know will support you in reaching your goals. Put that down and make it accessible to you. And the action for you today is to approach these 3 people with your goals for the year. Okay? Approach these 3 people with your goals for the year, whatever the goals are, whether the career goals, spiritual goals, personal goals, health goals, anything they are. The people that you know will support you in reaching your goals, approach them with the goals for the year. I think it's a really powerful exercise to do. If you can do that, you overcome that barrier of that procrastination that you naturally will have yourself. Thanks, Abubakar. How are you doing today? I think you came in late. So everybody put in the chat their name, their city, and their profession, their occupation, and what they want to achieve this year. Okay, if you can do that for me, that would be good. So it's important to choose a coach or a mentor. And I can tell you how I set goals. Now, remember I said there's a psychology to goal setting. There's got to be an alignment of what 3 components. Type it into the chat, please. What are the 3 components that need to be aligned under the psychology of goal setting? Alignment of what? Type it into the chat, please. Alignment of what, and what? Alignment of what, and what when it comes to the psychology of goal setting. Thoughts, behaviors, and emotion. Thank you. About that, quite close, but not quite. Behavior, emotion, and thoughts. You can't just be thinking about it. You've got to feel it, and you got to do something about it. The alignment of those 3 components makes your goals powerful. Adebayo, purpose, drive, and energy. I don't know where you get that from, but they're good. They're good. But psychology of goals, I said alignment of emotions, thoughts, and behaviors. Emotions, thoughts, and behaviors. You got to feel it. You got to think it, and you got to do it. So here's how I set goals. And I learned this technique, this really powerful technique, years ago from my coach. And one of the things that it does is it helps you align those 3 components very practically and powerfully as well. Because naturally, we are procrastinators most of us procrastinate. Most of us put our goals into the future and we never get there. Most of us will say, I want to become a BA, or I want to be a millionaire, right? That's what most of us will say. I want to be a millionaire, okay? There are a few things wrong about this goal. There are too many things wrong about this goal. Even if you say, I want to be a millionaire by December 2022. Okay, there are a few things wrong psychologically about this. Bessie says, very true. In fact, I almost procrastinated typing this comment. True. Naturally, we are. We'll push it and push it and push it. And tomorrow never comes. Have you heard that saying before? Tomorrow never comes. I'm going to do it someday. I'm going to do it tomorrow. Tomorrow is tomorrow, but tomorrow is still going to be tomorrow. Whatever day it is that you put, it's still going to be tomorrow. I'm going to do tomorrow is always and ever, forever going to be tomorrow, never today, right? So even if you put a date to it, the psychology of it suggests that you want to be, not that you are. There's a big difference between wanting to be something and being something. Remember, I said you've got to feel it. The emotion needs to be there. The problem with wanting something is that you are dissociated from it. Emotionally, you're dissociated from it. I ask you right now, do you want to be a millionaire? Yes, I do. Everybody would say, yes, I do. But do you feel like a millionaire? Well, I don't know. I've never felt like one before. Okay, there's some exercises to do to help you feel like it. Okay? So for me, I think it's really powerful to ensure the component of emotion is included in your goal so that you're more likely to get it because you are already it. Saying you want to do something will forever be something in the future. I want to be a X. I want to be a better man. You would forever be wanting to be a better man. I want to buy a house. You will forever be wanting to buy a house, except you ensure that all three components are aligned. If you want to buy a house, you've got to imagine yourself owning that house. You almost want to feel like you already have it, right? That's why it's recommended to go sightsee, go walk through a house. Before I bought my first house, and only house, before I bought my house, I had to go to open homes and go see for myself, walk through the homes and actually believe and see myself as the owner of this house. I take in the smell of it. I look at it and I picture it and it becomes me, you know? So it's always important to make sure that you can connect with it. But if I just say, I want to buy a house and I never go see a house that I want, right? It becomes just a wish. So it's really important that you are very, very clear that the emotion needs to be there. To get the emotion, you've got to make sure you find ways to inculcate that emotion into yourself, whether by seeing it, smelling it, going into it. Have you ever noticed that you're more likely to walk into a restaurant and buy something if you can smell what's cooking, right? Sometimes even mentally, you're walking down the road and you're thinking, oh, I'm hungry. And you think, why am I hungry? I just ate an hour ago. And it's because you walk by a KFC and you can smell it. And next thing you're in there. You're more likely to do something if you are in a state that already sort of feels it. So the emotion is really important. So here's how I set goals. I set the date. It is 20th June 2022, right? I set the intention right off the bat. I'm not playing any games. I'm not making any excuses. It's 20th of June, 2022. I am, right? I never say I want. Want is future. Want will always be in the future. I am. And I include the emotional state. I am feeling amazing, great, thankful, whatever emotion you want to feel. I'm feeling blessed, loved, right? Whatever the emotion is that puts you in a state of whatever it is you want to achieve. I am feeling rich. I'm feeling knowledgeable. I'm feeling like a guru. I'm feeling confident, right? For a lot of us, what holds us back from career success is the confidence that we're not quite there. I'm not quite sure I'm going to pass my probation. I'm not quite sure I'm good enough for this job. I'm not quite sure it's the confidence, right? So you want to pull that confidence in. It's the 20th of June, 2022. I am feeling confident because, and then set the current physical manifestation of that emotion, because I can see my daughter smiling, right? If your goal is to have a kid, I can see my boss smiling because I've just submitted that proposal. I can read my promotion letter, right? Because I've just been promoted. I can read my offer letter. Okay. Are you getting this? Just say yay or no. Explain it again. So it is the date. I am the current emotional state. I am feeling a certain way because the physical manifestation of that feeling, right? So we're going past goal setting here. We're going into the realm of manifestation of your goals. So I would assume that I am going to become a BA. So when I write my goal, it is the 20th of June, 2022. I'm feeling fantastic because I've just seen my offer letter as the BA for a multinational company, right? I'm very specific when I write my goals. I don't leave it vague. I don't do vague goals. Vague goals are just wishes. Vague goals are just wish lists. Okay? Write this down, guys. The format for goal setting, the format that I use for goal setting that has served me well many years. Remember, I came in late into the game of goal setting. I never set goals. First 10 years of my adult life, I never did set any goals because I just didn't know what I wanted. But then when I did, I pretty much achieved almost every goal that I set for myself, right? If you knew me when I was, 20 something, you were like, oh, wow, you changed, because I was very shy. You'd never have thought that I'm a trainer because I don't really talk in public. So goal setting, this is the way I set goals. Set the date. You've got to make sure your goals are specific. We've talked about SMART. The emotional state, because we've got to align the behaviors, the thoughts, and the emotion. The emotional state, how you're feeling, and then the physical manifestation of that feeling. What is it that's making you feel this way? What do you see? What do you feel? What do you think? What do you smell? What do you hear? right? What can you touch? Right? Physical manifestation of feelings you get through your senses, through your 5 senses. What are you seeing? What are you feeling? What are you smelling? What are you touching? What are you thinking at that particular time? They're all physical manifestations of your emotion. So here's some examples of some goals using this format. Here's some examples of some goals using this format. It's the 6th of June. It's my birthday, by the way. I'm feeling amazing because I've just got the keys to my 4-bedroom end terrace new build house in Dartford. Can you see how specific that goal is? Can you see how specific that goal is? 6th of June, I've set a date, right? Goals have to be time bound. I'm feeling amazing. Why? Because I've got the keys to my 4-bedroom end terrace new build house in Dartford. See how specific it is. It's not just I want to buy a house, right? Can you see the difference between this goal and this goal? Which one do you think is more likely to be achieved? With this one, it's not a wish. It's not a want. It's not a I'd like to. It's a I am. You have embodied that feeling. You know that you are getting it. You're not thinking you might, you're not hoping you might. You know that you're going to get it. You've set yourself the target. And you know what the physical manifestation is because they're physical keys. And you know what kind of house it is. It's not just a house. It's a 4-bed end terrace new build house in Dartford, specific. So it's really important that you're very specific about your goals. Leaving it vague, the universe doesn't know what you want. It doesn't know what you want. It can't read your mind. You've got to put it out into the universe by ensuring that your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions are aligned. Now, you can't just set a goal like this and sit down and wait for it to come and land in your lap. You've got to physically go view houses in Dartford that are new build, that are 4-bed and terrace, and you will find the inspiration to get it because you already know, you've already written it, you already believe that it's yours, and you know how you're going to feel, and you know when you're going to get it by. If it's this clear, you're more likely to do the things that you need to do to get it. It's the 23rd of September, 2022. I'm proud of myself. That's my feeling. That's the emotion. Because I've just finished delivering a presentation that's sure to get me a promotion. Okay. This is for some of you guys that are not so confident about your skill, not so confident about the security of your job, not so confident. If you're feeling that way, you're feeling a little nervous. I'm not sure I'm going to be great at this. I'm not sure I'm going to get a promotion. I'm not sure I'm going to pass my probation. This is the kind of goal you want to set. The date. How you're feeling. I'm feeling proud because you've got to give yourself some love. You've got to have self-care. You've got to give yourself the positive mental attitude to put yourself in the right state to do the job that will get you the promotion. I'm feeling confident. I'm feeling proud. I'm feeling rewarded. I'm feeling whatever it is that you're feeling. And what is it you have done? I've just finished delivering a presentation. That's going to get me a presentation. I know because that's how I'm feeling, right? Remember, this is, by the way, today's the 30th of June 2020, 30th of January 2022, right? So this is like 9 months from now. So what you now want to do is make sure that 9 months from now, this is how you're feeling. But you want to put yourself in that state now. You want to put yourself in that state. A year from now, it's 31st of December 2022. I look back on my year. This is for us very fluffy people who want goals that are sort of spiritual in nature and are holistic in nature. I'm a big fan and believer in setting holistic goals. It's 31st of December 2022. I look back on my year and I feel fulfilled. That emotion is powerful, as I'm surrounded by my loving family. Somebody said family motivates them. I'm surrounded by my loving family with smiles on their faces, grateful for how the year has gone. It's a physical manifestation, the physical manifestation of the feeling. I'm feeling fulfilled because right now I'm grateful. I'm thinking, thank you. The year had gone fantastically well. So if you want your year to be like this, you want to write it today. Put it into the universe, put it into the ether, put it into the atmosphere. Leave it out there. And on this day, I guarantee you, you will feel like this. You've got to work towards it, but you've been clear and specific about what you want, you will surely get it. If you're spiritual and you're religious, asking you shall receive. But you've got to ask right. You've got to ask specifically. We don't get because we don't ask right. So we ask, oh, I want to be this. Well, we don't know what you want. It's not clear enough. So it's got to be clear. It's got to be connected with your emotions. You've got to take action. And goals like this are more likely to be achieved. Some goals, some career goals for people who want to sort of do BA. Quite a few of you said, I want to be a BA by XYZ. So just, let's imagine today is the 1st of January, 2019. I'm feeling excited because I've been offered my BA role at a global fintech company. It's not just, I want to be a BA, right? That's not going to fly. It's not just, I want to be a BA. You ain't going to be a BA just by saying, I want to be a BA. What kind of BA are you looking to be? What kind of organization are you looking to be a BA at? You've got to specify the industry. You've got to specify the kind of BA and then work towards it. It's the 1st of October. I'm feeling quietly confident because I'm about to start my first day as a junior BA at a local authority after several months of learning and growth. Well, this is another really interesting one where I always say, what are you going to do about it? Well, it's January right now. You're going to have 10 months of learning and growth. So for the next 10 months, you're going to be learning and growing so that you can experience this quiet confidence on your first day as a junior BA at that local authority. How does this look to you guys? How do these goals look? This is where I want you to tell me what you think so far. I want to get your questions about this because this is the core of it. This is essentially what I'm doing this session about, or what I'm doing this session for, the ability to set goals like this that are more likely to get you what you want. What do you think about these goals? What questions do you have about them? Okay, what does that mean, Christy? I don't know what those emojis mean. Please explain.
I see. That's what it means.
Okay. The tone of voice gave some clarity. Thank you. Okay. Anybody else? What are your thoughts? In fact, I want to hear 30 thoughts. I want to know that. I've not been speaking to myself for the last hour and a half. What are your thoughts about this goal setting approach? Who's here with me? I like the detail. Thank you, Amira. Thoughts, anyone? Type into the chat. It makes me feel like I already have it. Good. Thanks, Victor. Provides clarity. Thanks, Shaya. I like the way of setting goals. Yeah, it's very specific. Yes, it has to be. It has to be. Vandalay, it's goal specific. Yeah. What else?
So,
Yes, sir. Fantastic. 100% achievable, full of faith. Thank you, Favor. Setting the date and writing it down makes it more realistic to achieve. Absolutely. Realistic and special. Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. So here's what I'd like you to do, guys. I want you to practice this specific. Makes it highly achievable. Absolutely. I want you to practice this. I don't want it to be theoretic for you. You already told me what you want to achieve. I would like you to convert that goal and make one goal. You're going to write many goals over the next few days. I want to challenge you on that. But for now, I want you to write one goal in this format. Inspiring to have the specification, know it will happen, a form of meditation. Absolutely. So I want you to do this. Write your top career goal or your top goal. It doesn't have to be career in this format. I'm going to give you 5 minutes to do this. Set the dates, the emotion, and the physical manifestation. Okay. Write your top goal in this format. It is 31st December 2022. I am feeling whatever it is, confident, supremely confident, because I just signed a freelance partnership agreement with my first clients. I think somebody said they wanted to be a freelancer. Okay, so I'm going to give you 5 minutes to write your top goal in this format. You can choose to share it or not, but you must write it now. So it is 22, 21, 20, 19, 22, 26. I will stop. Okay. So I'm going to give you 5 minutes to write your goal in this format. You can choose to put it in the chat or just put it in your wall, put it on the wall in your room. Your 5 minutes starts now. If you've written yours, you can ask me questions and I'll answer. All right. Z, you just joined us. We're doing an exercise. We just learned how to set goals, and we have a specific format that we are using. And I've given everybody an exercise in 5 minutes to write the goals in this particular format. So many goals, given difficult to prioritize. Do you know this feeling? Yes, I do. That's why I said your top goal. What is the number one goal you want to achieve this year? Career, spiritual, financial, career, family, health. What is it? Choose one. And then set a goal for that one area of your life. But you've got to make sure it's specific. Put a time. Make sure you know how you are going to be feeling so that you can set that intention right off the bat. And when you step into that day, it will feel natural because you've already felt it before. It's not going to be something new. It's not going to be something that's going to make you nervous because you already put yourself in that situation. You already put yourself in that position. So when you do step into that day, it will feel like you've done it before. It'll feel natural. The downside of a goal like this is it makes achieving goals very easy, come naturally. You probably get too confident that you're always going to get it because you already set it. If that's what you want, then this is the way to do it. Okay, got 2 more minutes. Happy for you to share it or put it in your bedroom. Okay. Anybody have any questions? Well, everybody is writing. Okay, it's the 31st of October, 2022. I'm feeling very excited to have obtained an International Masters Scholarship. I love that, Victor. Fantastic. So now the question is, what are you going to do to make sure that that excitement becomes reality? Right. By the way, I'm a big fan of immersing yourself in your goals. I'm a big fan of immersing yourself in your goals. Put your goals where you can see them every single morning. If you look at your notes on your phone every day, put it there. If you look at your wall in your room every day, put it there. If you look at your bathroom mirror, put it there. Wherever it is that you see, or wherever it is that you always ensure that you look at every day, put your goal so that you can see it every single day. Immerse yourself in that goal. Remind yourself that on this day, this is how you're feeling because this is what you've achieved. And you're more likely to be able to take the necessary steps to achieve that goal. All right. Anybody else wants to share theirs? It's 11th February, 2022. Okay, that's in a couple of weeks. I'm feeling excited because I just got the contracts from my clients and the proposals I sent. And so it will be, Franca, because you've already done the work. Just let the universe take care of the rest of it. Stay positive. Stay in this emotion. Look at this every day. Stay in this emotion, and you're more likely to be able to get it. Right? Don't worry or stress or think negatively about it. Just focus on that positive emotion, the feeling excited that you know you're going to feel when you do get the contract for the work that you've already done. Hopefully your proposals were good. Hopefully your proposals were good and you will get it. So great job. Well done. Well done. Right. Does anybody have any questions so far? Any questions for me so far? Okay. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to put your goals collectively. I want you to put your goals collectively on a canvas, somewhere you can see. Okay? You're going to have many goals. You're not just going to have one goal. You're going to have a physical, a spiritual goal. You're going to have a career goal. You're going to have a financial goal. You're going to have a health goal. You're going to have a relationship goal, a family goal, a contribution goal. You'll have an education goal. You're going to have a list of goals, right? You want to make sure that you have a goal for every key area of your life. I feel very confident that by the 1st of, I will be in the name. Okay, no, about it. I don't like that goal. Do you know why? Because it still has a feeling of future tense or future tense. I don't want you to, if you're very confident that you will be. The goal is not your confidence. The goal is you being in the role. So rewrite that goal for me and say this. It is the 1st of April, 2022. I am feeling confident. I'm feeling very confident because I am in my new role as a business analyst. But I want you to be more specific. What kind of business analyst? What kind of industry? More specific, present tense. Did you get that? More specific, present tense. It's got to be, it is 1st of April, 2022. I am feeling very confident because I am in my new role as a business analyst in a housing association. Specific. Did you get that about it? All right, good. Please rewrite. It is the 1st of September 2022. I'm feeling excited because I just started my first day at Birmingham City University, MSc Applied Child Psychology. And you will. And I'm pretty sure you will, because that is such a good goal. It's so specific. Now, all you need to do is make sure that you take the steps needed to achieve that state, that feeling of ecstasy. Okay, good. Thank you very much. I'd like to see more of your goals so that I can give you feedback on it, see if you got it right. Now, here's what I'd like you to do. Create a dream and goals canvas. Create a dream and goals canvas. It's okay to have dreams. I am a millionaire. I am blessed and highly favored. It's okay to have dreams. It's all good. Have dreams. I am a qualified doctor. That's fine. Right. Whatever the dream is, I own mansions in Beverly Hills. But here's what I want you to think about when you write your dreams. Make it holistic. Think about your dream life. You can put a picture on it. Put a picture on it. Holistic dream life. It could be a picture of you looking down the sunset and feeling free. Freedom. I want to live a life of freedom, of financial bliss, financial success, financial prosperity, whatever it is, financial abundance. Okay. Have dreams. Dreams are good because they motivate you. Your dreams are directly aligned to your motivations, right? Dreams are aligned to motivation. Whatever you're motivated by, right? You know, we talked about your motivations earlier. Some of you said it was freedom and so on and so forth. Whatever you're motivated by, align your dreams to it. Those are your dreams. Your objectives, 2022, right? Your objectives have got to be smart as well. Okay. but make sure your objectives are very pretty much things that you are going to do. All right, they can be actions, big actions. Objective is to land a job, make 20K pounds extra, right? The things that you're gonna do, get, right? Big things. You've got to be specific as well. Good, well done. And then the goals, the way we've written them. Specific goals, the way we've written them. So, for example, my dream is financial abundance, because that's why you work in the first place, right? Financial abundance. My objective is get a well-paid job. And then your goal is the way we've written our goals. It is 25th October 2022. I am X because I am in my new job, right? Specific goals. You can add list of actions afterwards as well. This dream canvas is there to motivate you for you to be able to see daily, where you're going. You can do this as a family. You can do this as a family. You can do this individually. It's perfectly okay. You can make it visual, put lots of pictures, especially in the dream section, put lots of pictures. You can make it huge, you can make it small. It's totally up to you. What this does is it helps you align your motivation with your goals. It allows you to sort of make that kind of direct connection. Remember, I asked you at the beginning, what's your motivation? What motivates you? Why are you motivated by what you're motivated by? What is it about that thing that motivates you, that keeps you going? So it helps you connect to your why. So sometimes you might look at your goals and you might go, oh my God, this thing is so hard, but then you connect it to your dreams and your motivation, it keeps you going, right? But your objectives are the things that are much more sort of pragmatic. What are you going to do? I'm going to get a job. What are you going to do? I'm going to get a 50K paying job. What are you going to do, right? But then your goals, right? You want to make sure that you can connect with them, because that's the bit that needs to be very personal. What questions do you have for me, guys? What questions do you have for me? What questions do you have for me? Okay, I'm going to skip this. Okay. So the last thing I want to talk to you about before I let you go, I'm only going to keep you for another 10 minutes maximum, is to coach yourself or coach your coach. Right? You know, I said you've got to have a mentor, you're going to have a coach, somebody who's accountable, somebody who you're accountable to. So here's my giveaway to you today. When you do make that call, when you do make that decision, here's the person that you want to be to hold you accountable to your goals. Here's what I want you to think about when they do try to hold you to account. You can do this for yourself, or you can do this for somebody else. You can let somebody use this to do this for you, okay? Because it's really important to have the ability to coach. What you don't want is an accountability partner that's going to be judgmental to you. It's an accountability partner that's not going to help you get to where you need to get to. So this is a coaching framework or coaching model that I use when I'm coaching. If you've been coached by me before, I use this every single time, but I don't tell you that's what I'm using. It just comes naturally, right? So the coach model is an acronym for coach: clarity, options, agreement, character, help and support. You've got to have the goal to start. Goal first. Somebody has to be able to say, here's my goal. Here's what I want to achieve. And then as the coach, what you want to do is firstly get clarity of that goal. Get clarity of that goal. So if you're doing this for somebody, if you're somebody's accountability partner, or you want somebody to be your accountability partner, tell them, when I tell you what my goal is, if you don't understand it, ask questions about it. Make sure I'm clear. Does that make sense? Does that sound plausible to you? So probe until you understand that goal, right? Probe, ask questions until you really understand that goal is clear. You're not to judge. It's not for you to say that goal is achievable or not. Or, ew, that sounds very whack. Why do you want to be that? Why do you want to be a nurse? Why do you want to be a whatever it is that you want to be? You don't want to judge because that person has their why. But what you do want to know is what's that goal? Get clarity. Explain it. Explain the goal. Tell me about it. Tell me what you've done. Tell me, more about what it is that you're trying to achieve so that I get it. So clarify what you're trying to achieve. And then if you're a coach to someone or you're telling somebody to be your coach, when it comes to achieving goals, it is not enough to have the goal. You've got to be able to do something about it. So what are you going to do about it? What are the things you could do about it? I want to be a BA. Okay, that's not enough to become a BA. What are the things that you're going to do? Brainstorm all the various ideas to help you achieve that goal, right? I'm going to take a class. I'm going to take an exam. I'm going to read. I'm going to get a mentor. I'm going to do some work experience, right? Brainstorm all the ideas to help you achieve that goal, right? And then shortlist those options. Okay, which one of these are we going to actually do? Maybe we're not going to do that for now. Maybe we'll do that later. Maybe this is not feasible right now, too busy, right? But we're going to take a course, read the exam. Okay, shortlist those. Evaluate. How achievable is it? Can you do it? Because it's all well and good saying I'm going to, but you don't have the capacity to do it. Evaluate those options, right? Make sure it's clear what exactly you're going to be doing. Is it feasible, right? Is it feasible? Can it be done? Do you have the money to do it? I'm going to take a course. Well, the course is £1,000. Can you afford it? You want to evaluate the options, right? Remember, goals are not wishes. Goals are goals. You're meant to achieve them. When you look at those options, the things that you need to do to achieve those goals, you've got to make sure that those things are actually doable, right? Evaluate those options. Look at, the pros and cons. Is it feasible? Do I have the resources for it? And then present or look at the realistic and achievable options, right? Let's look at the ones that we can actually do, right? Okay, we're going to take a course. We're not going to take the exam for now. We're going to read all these books instead. We're going to watch all these YouTube videos instead. Those are the 3 things that we're going to work on. So you want to make sure those options, you spend time ensuring that those options are actually doable. Now, you've got an option, doesn't mean you're going to do it, right? Once you have your options and you've evaluated it, you know it's doable, because it's one thing to say I'm going to do something, is another thing to be able to do it. So you want to make sure those options are doable. Now it's time to set some tangible actions, set some small agreed timelines. Actions need to be specific and the verbs need to be clear. If anybody's been in any of my BA classes before, I'm very hard on this verb noun thing. If you say I'm going to do something, right? You want to make sure that your accountability partner holds you to account. I'm going to read the book by next week. Okay. How many pages? I'm going to read 2 pages on Saturday. What time? 10 p.m., 2 p.m., right? I want to be a sort of video of YouTube vlogger food, right? I'm going to cook at 2 p.m. every Monday, right? Got to be specific. What are the things that you're going to do that will help you achieve those goals? You want to make sure that your accountability partner, your coach, holds you to account to make sure they tie you down to the specific actions you're going to take. Very, very important. If you don't take action, those goals are going to be there in the ether, waiting for you to come get them. The actions are the bits that are going to help you get or achieve those goals. So the actions are very important. You want to make sure that the options that you've chosen, you break them down to manageable chunks, the things that you're going to be doing, when you're going to be doing them. But you've got to make sure that they are very, very clear. I'm going to apply for 10 BA jobs on LinkedIn by Saturday. That's an action. I'm going to apply for 10 BA jobs on LinkedIn on Saturday. Specific, right? But you know that those options, those actions are going to help you achieve those goals. But you want to make sure that they're very, very clear. And what you're going to do, the verb, it's clear as well. So I'm going to apply for 10 jobs on LinkedIn on Saturday. And then here's the hard part. I said we all procrastinate. We are creatures of habit. There's a reason you haven't achieved that goal yet. People are their own worst enemies. What are the things that you do that will prevent you from taking action that you have set? What are the things that you tend to do that will stop you from applying for that job? Well, or reading that book, or taking that course, or doing that, or completing that exam? Well, I tend to watch Netflix 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. at night. Well, okay. Well, that's the time you said you were going to do the application or read the book or take the course. What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? You really want to make sure that you introspectively look at your own self, your character, the bad habits that you have that take you away from your goal. We are our own worst enemies. We're creatures of habits. We do things that, and we have this self-talk that, oh no, we'll do it later and later and later. But if you've already set the action, I'm going to do it on this time, on this day, you've got to now think, what's going to stop me from doing it? What's going to stop you from doing it? What's going to stop you? What's going to stop you from doing it? You know what it is. It could be that it's your diet that makes you not have the energy to read at 8 p.m. at night. You know I'm talking to you. What's going to stop you from taking action? What's going to stop you from taking action? Oh, I'm going to be tired at 8 o'clock at night. Why are you tired at 8 o'clock at night? Because you had ice cream for lunch, because you had the pizza for lunch. Do you know what? What are you going to do about it? You're grown. You know what your diet should be. You know that you don't want to be eating carbs at that time. You know that you don't want to be eating a bar or pounded jam after 8 p.m. because you're not going to be able to read, and you plan on reading, right? You know that your partner is going to want you to do X. You know that your kids are going to want you to do Y. What are you going to do about it? what are the mitigating actions that you're going to put in place, right? Because none of these things are unplanned. You know what it is that stops you from taking action. I'm going to let that sink in for a little while. And yes, I am challenging you to look inwards and ask yourself, what are the things that will stop you? We are our own worst enemies, and we're creatures of habit. The things that we do day to day that naturally stop us from doing the things we want to do. What are those things, and what are you going to do about them? Think ahead of it, and then put in the mitigating action. All right, kids, from 8 p.m. Monday to Thursday, you're going to go to bed 1 hour earlier because mommy needs to read. From 8 p.m. Mondays to Fridays, you're going to have to eat your dinner earlier because mommy needs to study, right? Whatever it is that you need to do, you want to make sure that you mitigate it. Now, what's stopping you, the character bit, it's about what's going to stop you. And you want to put something in place to mitigate it. And then the help and support is what's going to help you. What help and support would you need, right? So there's a psychology to it. You think about what's stopping you, put something in place, and then you think about what's going to help you put something, then you put something in place. So what's stopping you is character, and what's helping you is help and supports, right? The negative and then the positive. The negative, the positive. We want to remove any barrier, to achieving the goals and taking the action. Once the commitment to taking action is there, you will need help and support to complete those actions. All right, I need you to wake me up at 3 p.m. All right, I need your help with that. Tell your accountability partner that. I need your help to do this. I need a library card. I need to help you. I need you to get me a library card. I need you to do X. I need you to do Y. I want to do this, or I need this or that. The help and supports can be internal, your own internal resources, or can be external, something someone will help you do, right? You want to make sure that they're within reach and they're agreed. You don't want to let this be a barrier. You don't want to say, oh, I need help and support in paying for my course. The help and support is £1,000, and because I don't have £1,000, I'm not going to take the action. No, not that kind of help and support. It's got to be within reach and agreeable. And it can't be something that's stopping you, something that helps you. So it's got to be something that's achievable. Make sense? So the help and support, what's going to help you, character, what's going to stop you, and then you will succeed. Go get your goals for 2022. How did you find this session, guys? How did you find this session? How did you find this session? I'm going to send you the slides so that you can go over it. Make sure the video is available to you as well, so that you can go over it, because I know you missed something. I know you missed something. Awesome session. Thanks, Franca. Javita, extremely good. Thank you so much. Great, Aya. Thank you. Amazing. Janae, thank you. Insightful, Ola. Thank you. Great,
Tolu, before
Vandela.
they leave, I thought you would like to talk about the BA class.
Oh, yeah.
That is, because part of what you're doing today is about career goals, right? And
Yes.
many are still very new.
Yes.
to,
So a lot of our audience today are from the UK, right? Most people here are from the UK because I asked everybody to tell me where they're based. But and some people are from Nigeria, some people are from Abia, some people, I think there are a few people outside of Lagos. But if you are in Lagos, on the 7th of,
or you know somebody in Lagos.
or you know someone in Lagos, on the 7th of February, next week, Monday, I will be physically running a BA class. And I would love to see you there. So if you are looking at getting into a digital career, business analysis is a good route. Do sign up. Speak to Mercy, get the details, and I'll see you in person. I am a real person, and I'll love to see you in person. So
okay, Tolu, let me say it my best way. Okay, please, guys. See, let me explain to you. Many people don't even understand the fact that there are digital opportunities. On BBC yesterday, the report on BBC website, there are millions of jobs, no thanks to Brexit, that is available right now. And one of the highly sorted skills are business analyst skills. Okay, to take this particular training on BCS or CBAC, which everybody knows if you're going to Canada. But there are opportunities in the UK. I hope you guys know that. Because of Brexit, the British government is struggling right now to fill those gaps. Career transitioners and Lento are having an awesome one-day immersive experience from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. The goal is to produce business analysts. It might not be that you're interested in traveling. It might not be about you relocating overseas. So if you know anyone in Lagos,
thanks, Christy.
If you know anyone in Lagos that would like to take this course, this is their chance to take a business analysis training by Tolu. Tolu is an accredited BCS trainer, okay? And the skills, I don't know, the skills is highly relevant for your business, for your career. As a business analyst, you stand out from the pack. So no matter how much project management goes high, business analyst skills is highly sought after. So this is a one-time opportunity that Tolu is in town. And honestly, the price is ridiculous. It's 50,000. So if you're interested, do send me a DM or send Tolu a DM. He's in Lagos. Okay. And I look forward to talking to you.
Am I British people are jealous?
Because the British people pay Tolu £1,000 or $1,500, £1,500. So I get it. But you British people that have brothers and sisters in the Obodo, Nigeria, you need to get them to plug into this opportunity because, to be honest, there's a video that I saw. I had to post it on Lento. I tried as much as possible to block out the faces of these children. We are in trouble in Africa. Don't think you're safe there. Teenagers now are moving out of their states just to go and learn Yahoo. The EFCC boss said that by 2030, 60% of our youth will become criminals due to internet fraud. And you just can imagine that. I have brothers, sisters, nieces, and cousins that might end up in this path, will become unemployable for the rest of their life because by the time they do a credit check, nobody's going to take them. It's a very scary situation. Children under 10 and 12 years old being picked up. They left Ekiti. They are going to Edo to go and learn 419. Anyway, don't let me bore you with my problem. This is my problem for this country, and we got to solve it. So if you know brothers, sisters, cousin, reach out to Tolu and I and take this class. It's a life-changing one, and it's a skill that they can use to work today. Okay, thank you. Call me. I'll drop my number in the chat if you're interested, if it's something that tickles you. Nobody else is offering this for 50,000. You can't even